presenting stuff up here too?
Yes.
All right, let's do a selfie. Since you guys like social media. How many of y'all can get in this one? I'm not really good at these things.
We'll get over here.
I'm not going that way. You might need a little bit of light.
Oh yeah, we need some lighting.
That light passing.
Wait, that corner has great lighting.
Right in there. All right, we got one more.
Oh, here.
I can't see the teacher. Come on in a little bit.
You sliding in my fro.
I'll push you back.
Okay. Okay, everybody. There's someone next to you. There we go. On three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, one more because I messed it up.
Lay down here.
There we go. Let's go to sleep. Yeah, I'm bad at these. I'm sorry. I need to self-stick.
You need me to do it?
I don't mind you making fun of me. I'm not worried about it. Right. Do you guys see everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay.
I look
Sorry to disrupt you guys.
I feel like I was cheesing so hard.
Me too, because my face is like,
My eyes are almost closed.
Good? You're still a little nervous, guys.
It's okay, Pierce.
Are we good to start?
Yeah, good.
Alright. So we made a little presentation about post-truth, and we're gonna do a little bit of educate.
What's your time?
So post-truth learning. So post-truth is an adjective relating to or denotating circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than appeals to emotion and personal belief.
Communication, sorry.
No, you fine.
I'm trying to tweet you guys. Let's search this way. Okay, tell me what it is again. Sorry.
Okay, so the actual name of the page is Advanced Communication.
Spell it all out.
Let's see.
See, this is what happens when you try to do Twitter break. That's okay. Keep going. I'll do this when you're done.
Alright. Alright, so I'll kind of get the definition behind it. So basically it's relating to or denotating circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping the public opinion than appeals to emotion and personal belief.
What we know, it comes from McCarthyism. He started it. Chris is going to give you more background on that in a second. The word coin was in 1992 by Steve Tashish, and it's relevant to this day because they still do alternative facts and post-truth and all types together.
So next. So this is Joseph McCarthy. He was a big political guy back in the 1950s, 60s. And he had roots in the Red Scare of World War I, World War II. Soviets and the U.S. were friends. Then after World War II, we were enemies. And he learned the best lie was the big lie really fast because he claimed that 250 people in our government were communists. And basically he kind of led, as they would call a witch hunt. But if you couldn't prove that you weren't or were like born in another country that was communist, he'd like get you dismissed from the Senate.
Hi, this is Shaboom Williams. I'm a historian, and here's what you need to know in order to sound smart about Joseph McCarthy. During the 1940s and 1950s, many Americans worried about the prospects of communism rearing its head within the United States. Republican Senator Joseph McCarthy from Wisconsin was one of the key political figures to capitalize on these fears. In 1950, he gave a salacious speech in Wheeling, West Virginia, in which he claimed to have evidence of 250 communists active in the United States Department of State. Despite the lack of evidence corroborating McCarthy's claims, he nevertheless continued to captivate the American public for the next 5 years. During this period, McCarthy hurled allegations that well-known authors, activists, and government officials were actually traitors and communist sympathizers. This was known as red bait, and often consisted of McCarthy hurling allegations of suspected communist involvement and forcing people to respond and to defend their innocence, even though they had not been proven guilty. It's not until McCarthy turned his attention to the United States Army in 1954 that his reign of terror came to an end, and he was censured by the United States Senate. The American people were treated to the full terror of McCarthyism after the Army hearings were televised. In an infamous exchange during those televised hearings, in which McCarthy attacked a young Army officer, the Army's chief counsel thundered at the senator, "Have you no sense of decency, sir?" which encapsulated the turn against McCarthy in this period. By the time the televised Army hearings ended, McCarthy lost much of his popular support. He died in 1957, just a short time later, at the age of 48.
So post-truth plus politics. Playlist. Jess is going to tell you a little about it.
Post-truth and post-politics, they get into talk about how post-truth and post-politics, they talk about how you use more emotion to get your point across and to try and vividly paint a picture of fake statistics and just an opinion instead of using more facts. And Trump does it because he used social media, so he's more able to quickly go through it and have people see his tweets and see his feelings without having to come back with stats. The first picture shows, because people follow Trump more than they follow Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney was, in 2012, he was a top candidate, and Trump is a top candidate in 2016, and that shows how people just believe anything they say more than they would believe a regular person saying it to the right. It shows how Trump always talks about the homicide rates are going up in Chicago and killing rates are going up, but it's really going down. They've done this checks, but the purple line shows that people aren't researching it, so they're just believing him. So he can say anything you want without having to show evidence.
So this is Kellyanne Conway. I'm sure you probably heard of her in our alternative facts, and she's just going to say a little bit about it real quick.
Be so overly dramatic about it, Chuck. You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that. But the point
Wait a minute,
remains
alternative
that there's
facts? Alternative facts for the 5 facts he uttered. The
Hey,
ones
Chuck,
that he
what?
got
Hey,
right
Chuck.
with Zeke Miller for the 5 facts he uttered were just not true. Look, alternative facts are not facts.
So, going a little bit off of what Chuck said, alternative facts are not real whatsoever. They're just opinion more than belief, and they'll say anything to get you to believe what they're saying, which they had our president do, which was wrong. And one of the first things he did was talk about his inaugural thing, saying that he had more people than Obama, which he didn't. And she said they were alternative facts, which are not true.
Why is post-truth bad? Post-truth is bad because it's affecting how we live our lives. It's affecting how people think, and it's not helping anybody because everybody is just, oh, okay, since he says this, I'm gonna just believe it. You have to really go back behind your president and research what he's talking about and what he's saying, because a lot of the stuff he's saying is just whatever he feels at the time. So it's making it bad because no one does anything hold weight anymore. Does real facts hold weight? So you have to always constantly check that and go behind it. And do we have a president we can trust?
Now, our problem statement was, how can we as social media experts help people navigate through a post-truth world in such a way that we consider validity and the bias of sources, variety of our audience, and the media they use? And the solution is, what's the best way to get your point across? The most viral things we know today is social media. So Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Snapchat, Facebook, other things like that. So you get the point across. And that's what we're going to kind of go towards our media pages that were made.
Yeah. We wanted to create multiple platforms to reach all social media users. And if you didn't catch my name, it's Ronnie. And then Portia and I created a Twitter page. Could you go to the page?
Becca, if you want to. Thank you.
So, we created a page. It's called Post Truth Post. And then Post Truth, the handle is Post Truth Facts 1. The header you see is it kind of relates to alternative facts and to post-truth, and then the profile picture is a meme of Kellyanne Conway. As you can see, we love Kellyanne Conway, and it says alternative facts when real facts prove you wrong.
So for the rest of our page, the bio is the definition of post-truth is relating or denoting circumstance in which objective facts are less influential in shaping the public opinion, appeals to emotion and personal belief, like how Pierce and Kelsey explained before. And my name is Portia, sorry I didn't say it. And so we created our Twitter page to kind of cater to the generation that we're in, because most of us are on Twitter, but also people who love to engage in Twitter as well, because I see you love it as well. I do. Yes. And so we thought this was a great platform to reach out to people our age, because we are the ones who are most affected by it.
Right now we linked the video that we had just watched, the Joseph McCarthy video. We wanted to continue to expand our Twitter page, and we had ideas to post things like the clip of Kellyanne Conway, and then like make a thread of replies like telling why this isn't okay and why it's not okay in just politics, and not only politics but in real life also. So we had a few ideas for our page.
And now we're gonna go towards the older generation.
What does that mean?
We're not older, but the generation that isn't on Twitter, that you would say like what would you say?
I thought we discussed we were gonna go with age ranges, so we didn't.
Yeah, age ranges. How about that? How about what was it? Generation X? That's better. No.
No, it was between like 30 and 40.
30 and 40.
30 and up.
Between 30 and up. Yeah. So Facebook was like the thing.
Like our parents are on it.
Yeah. So Maya,
Telling
you can talk
everybody you
about
guys call
this.
me old. Okay, so my name is Maya, and I was in charge of the Facebook page. Unlike Pierce, we were aiming for like 30 to 49. That's like the biggest age range that's on Facebook right now. So I made a page going off of that, and as you can see, the header is "Trust the lies, not the truth," because nowadays people are just believing all the lies because of all the alternative facts. So now you have to actually believe the lies instead of the truth that people are claiming is true. And then the profile picture is one lie is enough
To question all truth.
Thank you, because I couldn't see it. So, going off of that, the first day I started the Facebook page, I just posted a definition for those that didn't know what post-truth was and that didn't really have a grasp on it. And then the day after that, I posted the Kellyanne Conway video and explained what she was talking about when she said alternative facts and how it's not really a thing. And then after that, I posted the Joseph McCarthy video, so people can get a background of what it was actually like and how it began and like who started it. And then from there, I want to continue to kind of pull out different lies that politicians are saying, or even Trump is going around saying, so people are actually getting a grasp on what's being said if they're not researching what's actually going on. And then so from there, I just want to start getting more people to the page and trying to like get their attention. And I know a lot of people, when they go on Facebook, they look at videos. So my goal is kind of like to post videos with everything I post. So that's where I'm at.
And next we're going to kind of go towards our YouTube channel from Kevin and Rebecca.
I'm Kevin. So our YouTube page is going to be just a bunch of videos that we make ourselves about post-truth and debunking of post-truth events. And once we make these videos and upload them, we plan on uploading them to the Facebook and Twitter pages to help with the content, help with their content, and show that we have more research into multiple things. And then currently we are writing a script for our first video about basically what post-truth is. And then our next video will be about a current post-truth event. And the style of videos we are doing is going to be similar to John Oliver's show, Stephen Colbert and Trevor Noah, but it would be similar, but it would have our own kind of style to it as well.
Yep. So that is the end of our little presentation spiel, which you would say. And we're going to kind of turn it over to our teacher, our glorious leader.
So they've all conducted experiments in social media where they've identified like their own thing that they wanted to see if they could persuade an audience about and actually run an experiment. And what they talked about was getting some feedback from you to see what you thought of what they created so far and then pursuing this and continuing to see how many people they could affect. So what feedback do you have?
Sure, I think that the Twitter page is really good, especially because, tweets go out so quickly.
Yeah,
and a lot of times when people tweet, you may or may not be true. I mean, I guess the goal of Twitter was to do something instantaneously, like I'm watching this event and I'm going to talk about it. But instead, people use it as a completely different platform, which is often to spread mistruths. So it would be good if you guys start to build up your following and you can be a source of information for people to say, well, we saw this, let's see what Post-Truth Facts 1 is saying about it. And that would be really exciting if you could get that kind of following. But it would require a lot of research work to maintain that so you can make sure you're getting all the right information.
What do you guys think moving forward?
I think it's pretty good.
I think we can do the
I think
research.
that's good.
I think
I
we
really
did
like
the-
Maya's page. I like Maya's idea about the
Yeah, I like-
Facebook stuff. And there's a lot of people on Facebook, so
Yeah, I like Kevin and Rebecca's thing. It's like really cool because nowadays people are like all over YouTube. Like my little brother, he's like 12, watches YouTube daily, like the different game things. So I think they love to watch like people talk about this.
I like the idea of doing like the John Oliver, like the
Yeah.
setup of the John
a
Oliver
STEM
videos.
spin on it.
Yeah.
The platforms you're on are YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. So are you going to expand to Snapchat or?
Most likely, I believe.
Good.
Hard.
Why not?
I think we put Ronnie in charge of Snapchat. This is her forte.
You like Snapchat?
I love Snapchat.
That's easy. First step.
But I think you're right, it could be very responsive to like stuff that comes out in the news, like what are the big headlines right now, and then investigating the truth behind them and kind of publishing that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
still
the hard
sometimes-
part
yeah.
is that it's not so quick. So, you as fast as you can tweet something, it takes you a few minutes, few hours, few days to research the real answer. And then since our news cycle is 24 hours, we've moved on to something else by the time you've been able to fact check it. And then that's just what sticks. And then we're on to the next thing. So that's the really difficult part now with something like Twitter. And although it's a good tool, it has its limitations.
Right.
Remember we watched that one video that was about the Pope got up and gave like an address, and like both sides came out with their own news that the Pope, supported Trump and the Pope denounced Trump. And the video that we watched, remember, it talked about how like many hundreds of thousands of retweets those stories got, but then the real story about what he actually said got like much fewer. That's what she's saying. You gotta fight the hype of the original post.
So are you going to stick with this project beyond the semester? Are you guys with your teacher for the entire year?
For the rest of the year.
Rest of the year.
Okay.
2 more months.
Then they all graduate. They're all done.
Oh, I forgot. Yikes.
So you guys would want to pursue that?
I think we can. Yeah, I think we could be the page.
Yeah.
So what do you think, what do your friends do? How do they find news if they're interested in it?
They'll watch something on Instagram. Like our gym teacher just came in today. There was this meme going around about the pacer test being like banned from gym class.
What's the pacer test?
It's basically you run back and forth, like you gotta hit a certain amount of time. Like it's a little bell that goes off, and if you don't reach in time, you're done. So how many ever laps you get, it'll go. But it was never really banned. It was a fake meme page, and all the freshmen and sophomores were like, "Oh, it's banned, and going up to them and stuff." But it wasn't really.
Because if you Google pacer test ban, it's the second thing that pops up.
Yep.
But it's really big.
Fake news.
Well, then that's the other part. You have to watch what you're retweeting too, and it's hard because it looks credible,
Yeah,
and it
alternative
comes from
facts.
somebody that you believe, and you think this person wouldn't do that, and then you perpetuated it as well.
Right.
What happens when we did that?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, there was something wrong with not liking the face test and getting me coming from.
You can see why they do it.
Our cruelty, though.
Those are still facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we get most of our like news stuff because we don't. I mean, I don't think our generation really watches the news unless we're like looking at school closings or weather alerts. So,
Or like reports with your parents.
Right.
You get that from
So-
Twitter too now.
yeah, you get everything from
APS
social
posts
media.
everything.
You don't
They
watch
do.
the news unless you go to your grandma's house.
Yeah, you're forced to watch the news.
So, yeah.
Turn to channel 3. I don't care what you're watching. Turn to channel 3. I don't care if the game is on. Turn to channel 3. My show's about to come on.
You gotta know what's going on.
But even my mom doesn't watch the news. Like she tells me everything from Facebook too. So
Yeah.
Then you gotta fact check her.
I need to
Yeah,
know
I don't
what's
think
going
so.
on.
So I have a question, Representative. Have you ever been the receiving end of fake news? I mean, you're in politics. I mean, have you ever had that experience?
Like
Where
someone,
someone tweeted something that was not true about you? Or
you know what? That's a good question. Not that I know of. I mean, I wouldn't say that it didn't happen, but I can't think of anything. I mean, people come into my office all the time and tell me things that are not true. And I mean, that's probably a function of a lot of different things. Some folks just think they can get away with saying part of the truth and not realizing that I might actually know the rest of the story or have talked to other people. But that's just, poor planning and not being organized and thinking you can get over on folks, which is really all this stuff is too. But I don't think I've been part of fake news. I mean, certainly people make up stuff and and try to make your positions be not quite what your positions are, but nothing I think in social media or in the news that I've ever had to. Let me take that back. I got a call from a reporter last week about a bill that someone was, now he didn't report this or anything, but fortunately he fact checked it himself, but he could have easily just printed what he was told from what would have been a reliable source, and so he called to ask if I had been introducing a bill. And I said, no, I had no plans on it, but I can tell you who is planning to introduce this bill. And he said, oh, well, so-and-so said that you were going to do this, and they said I should, if they needed somebody to print on about me, and said, I don't even know, I don't even have any information to talk to you about this issue. So that was probably the closest that I can think of, and that happened about 2 weeks ago.
Fact check. Remember the discussion yesterday, what happens if you don't do your capstone project?
Yeah.
And then when this whole, you lose a point on your GPA?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wait, like it goes from 4.2
Well, no,
to
Yolanda said that she had heard something like that. And then we had to go through like POFA and everyone. No, but it seemed like legit though. The way she was saying it seemed legit.
She'll make
Yeah.
She'll make you believe.
So
Then you be like, wait.
Where would you place Yolanda on our infographic about trustworthy?
In the red.
In the red.
Right side.
bias definitely.
To Yolanda's beliefs.
I'm going to still do social media with you guys, so don't think I'm being rude. Because I use all of them. I'm not old, so whatever you guys say.
What is our handle? It's like capital. It's like capital STEM and then
It's
U
STEM
and
Unication.
Unication.
STEM Communications. Okay,
Yes.
I'll use
the
that
two
too.
M's or one M?
One.
It's spelled correctly, so when you say.
It's not a real word.
STEM Communication isn't. We should make that a word definitely.
We're gonna make that a word.
It's gonna be
The word of the year.
Oxford's word of the year.
There's your goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
STEM Communication.
Only 2 months left to do this.
But what would the definition?
I don't know.
Metcalf's class.
STEM Communication is communicating through.
Social media.
Social media.
And
About alternative
know.
facts.
Yeah, but then it's like.
Me and Ronnie gonna figure this out, and we'll
figure
get
it
back to you guys.
We'll let you guys
Okay?
know.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys
Contact
know.
Oxford Dictionary.
Yep.
So you can get on the list.
Yeah.
Dictionary
And we're gonna make the
first is
definition.
easier.
We'll let you guys know about it one day.
Yep.
Get it in the
We're
urban
gonna do that
dictionary.
for
Start with the learner handbook. There's glossary in there.
Okay.
Get it in there.
And then just work our way up. Okay, I like that.
Where's the
Okay.
Start small.
Preston,
It's on our website.
Oh, second one. What? I didn't know.
Yes.
All right, and we're gonna say bye to YouTube for now.
Bye, you too.
Hi guys.
Hey, do you think
Did you
that?
get it, Metcalf?
Oh, you see, it's that teacher.
And they're supposed to be in STEM school.
Stop, we're good.
Okay. Do you think this will be
He hears this from a mile away. I heard you.
Y'all can't really whisper because there's a microphone right in the middle of the table.
Yeah, but it's not like, you know,
It's not
tripping
like,
anything, so it's